Good morning, this is Bobby McCutcheon at the library, and I'm here with our video camera person, Kimberly Matthews. She's a children's librarian for Williamsburg County Libraries. We went to Humphrey Coker Gin in Salford, South Carolina recently, and we learned what happens when cotton, you can see here on the farmer's field, this is a little story you can get at the library, is taken to the gin. It looks sort of like this when it gets to the gin. It's gone off this plant, and all of this is in great big bundles. One of them is called a round, and one of them is called a conventional module. You'll learn what happens at the gin. It goes in the field with all the other modules, then it goes into the gin. And Kimberly's video shows you all over that field, they call it a yard, and shows you what happens when the cotton goes into the gin. At the end, you'll see great big mounds of cotton seed. What happens then is the cotton seed goes into a big truck and is taken to Charleston, where it's shipped out on big ships. At the end, we should say, and we'll do it at the beginning, how grateful we are for Mr. and Mrs. Gill and for Mr. Bill Trado for allowing us to go and look at their incredibly huge and technical mill to see what goes on in the gin, both outside and inside. I hope you'll enjoy Kimberly's video. It's just wonderful to see the process. Thank you for watching. Hey, good morning. I'm Bobby McCutcheon from the Williamsburg County Library, and you can see I am here with a gentleman I'll introduce in a second. First, we're going to tell you that Buddy McCutcheon is here. He's a library friend. He'll be taking still photographs today, and Kimberly Matthews, our children's librarian, is taking the video for us. And this gentleman here is Mr. Bill Trado. We are his guest at Humphrey Coker Gin Company out here in Salford, South Carolina. This is a huge operation, and we're going to see a little bit of it today because we need to know how this becomes something else. Now, this is not off a sheep. This is off a plant, and this is called a cotton boll. It was nice and pretty before I picked it up. We're going to learn what happens when the farmer takes this out of his field, harvests it, and brings it to Mr. Bill. We'll find out how he gets it here and what he does with it once it's here. So in back of us, you can see these giant round things wrapped in pink and yellow and blue. They're very beautiful. We'll learn what that is. Mr. Bill, what is that?
That is called a round, and 4 rounds is called a module. A module is a load. That's what you'll see on the back of these trucks that you might get behind that are hauling cotton during the harvest season. 4 of these equals 1 of the conventional shaped modules, and we'll see those a little bit later on. But you notice you have different colors. These are all made by Tama, company T-A-M-A, and it's called Tama Wrap. And it's just up to the farmer to choose what color. You have pink, blue, yellow. The yellow is the traditional color that John Deere made to, it matches their green and yellow pickers that they invented to wrap cotton up like this to protect it better from the weather and the elements. These hold up better in adverse weather conditions than the old traditional modules. So the yellow being the traditional, the blue being an economy wrap version, it's a little bit cheaper, and the pink is actually to honor and to represent breast cancer awareness. The farmer can choose to buy the pink, and some of the proceeds go to breast cancer awareness.
And you have a lot of pink out here, so a lot of farmers are choosing to do that. We're going to walk over there. Come over here. We need to see how big these things are. These are huge. Look at this thing. Look, it's taller than Mr. Bill, and he's pretty tall. See how big that is? It's huge. And tell us how much this weighs.
It'll be about 5,000 pounds.
That's a lot.
and 4 of these, so 4 would be about 20,000 pounds. You'll get about 5 bales, roughly, finished bales of cotton out of each one of these, or say 15, 16 out of a load or a module. We've got to get all this trash and leaf and whatnot out, and the seed, which will come out in the ginning process that we'll see a little bit later on.
So the first thing we do, come on over here. The first thing you do when this comes from the farmer, you unload it and you weigh it.
Yes.
And then he gets credited for that weight.
Yes. This would be seed cotton. It's not lint cotton. It's the first step. It comes in off the farm with the seed in it. Of course, that's what ginning is removal of seed. Now it goes through several other processes to dry and clean before it can get to the part in the gin that removes the seed.
Now you can see here, we can't see the seed, and this is a fruit. It's like a pear or something, but the seeds are down in there, and it's very hard with your fingers to get that seed out. See that tiny little seed in there? So the operation here, this gin, will take those seeds out. It's hard to get it out.
Yes.
And as I understand, the best cotton is really hard to pull apart. It's very tight. Is that correct?
It's very dense, it's thick. That means it has more fiber.
And Mr. Bill says this is a really good year for cotton.
It's a good year for cotton. It's a good year for the yield. Farmers are making a very good yield this year. The growing conditions were favorable, and the harvest season has been favorable.
So this material, cotton, is in your hat, in your vest,
my vest,
in your
my
shirt,
jeans, my
in
shirt,
jeans.
my socks, my underwear, everything. Cotton shows up
We won't look at the underwear.
so many places.
It's in the stuffing here and everywhere around. And Mr. Bill also told me that your money, your paper money, has cotton in it. I didn't know that before.
It does.
Yes. What's cotton seed used for other than to replant cotton?
Feed livestock.
Oh, okay.
It goes into oil that's used in cooking products, and some products you'll buy on the shelf at the grocery store, you'll see that it'll say that it's in cottonseed oil.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So it's used in some of our food products as an oil. It's used for cooking. There's a restaurant in Charleston, Le Monde, I think is the name of it, or something like that uses nothing but cottonseed oil for their cooking in their restaurant. So, but a lot of it goes to, there's several other uses. A lot of it goes to livestock feed. They'll crush it up and feed it to livestock. We have some local livestock farmers that come get our, what we refer to as trash, which we'll show you after a while, to actually feed their livestock. It's a byproduct that's not of much use to anybody unless they want to feed it to cows.
So Williamsburg County has thousands and thousands of acres of cotton grown. Is that correct?
Yes.
And out of that, how many pounds of cotton do you think you get, or fiber, whatever you call it, without the seed?
Well, we will gin. Last year we ginned upwards above 21,000 bales, each bale weighing 500 pounds. So this year we will gin, we may push 50,000. We'll gin 30 to 50,000 bales. It's kind of hard to tell right now because we picked up a fair number of new growers new to this gin. But it's a lot.
Now this is a really big gin.
Yes.
Most of them are smaller than this.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
This is very large. Well, let's walk over to what you say is an even more interesting side of this is called a yard. We're in the yard.
Yeah, we call this the yard, where we put our modules that we have picked up from the farm to be gin.
And I understand that the word gin, I had to look that up, comes from the word engine. Is that correct?
It is a big engine.
It's an engine.
Yeah.
Way back when Eli Whitney invented this in 1792 or something like that, maybe 97. And it grew and it grew and it grew, and eventually it was called an engine or a gin.
You will see why it's called an engine before this visit's
Okay,
over.
great. All right. Well, let's go on the other side.
Okay. Yep.
All right. This is the plant.
They got drug in from the field
Great. We needed one.
on a module truck that was
Yes.
picking up some cotton.
Yes. So this would be in the ground. You can see the end of it. This is the stalk up here. These are the branches. And then this would have had leaves all over it. Now they're gone now because it's fall. But inside this little thing would be
A bowl.
this, a bowl. He calls it a bowl, B-O-L-L, correct? And inside this cotton bowl are the seeds. So yeah, we needed to see one of these. And this would have had lots and lots of bowls on it.
Yes, everywhere you see
Every
these
year.
holes, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or
And
more.
when scientists go out in the field and see how good that field is producing, they are going to count these over,
That's right.
what, an acre? Yeah, an acre of land. All right, so let's go on.
The boll weevil.
Oh, the boll weevil. Tell us what that is.
The boll weevil has been eradicated. In past years, it was terrible. A farmer made a comment on a pretty picture of a cotton field this year and says, you know, that would not have been possible back in the day when we were fighting the boll weevil pest.
That's an insect.
Yes, it's an insect, little bug, and it would get in the cotton and ruin it so that it couldn't make and eat it. And over the years, the farmers paid a fee to the Boll Weevil Eradication Foundation every year based on how much cotton they were planting for research and trapping. They set traps, little yellow device that had a hormone in it that would draw the bug there and kill it. And so we have eradicated the boll weevil, and so it's no longer an issue for
That's
farmers.
great.
It's a little green jug you see around all the fields.
That's the trap.
That's the trap. Okay, so they're monitoring it to make sure.
Yeah, they do it right on, as you say, monitoring to make sure we don't have one show up
Right.
and start reproducing.
Can we take one of these?
Sure.
All right, we're going to take one of these with us.
I get to carry it. Okay.
You get to carry that.
This is what we call a module truck. It leaves the gin, goes to the farmer field, and picks up the cotton. This bed lifts up, and he packs up on it. And it has chains in here, like a conveyor belt kind of, but we call them chains. And he drops that bed, and the cotton is pulled right up into this truck.
So like it's a conveyor type thing. Look, can we look at that?
Yes. See how it has this chain? See, they run the length of the bed,
Wow, I didn't know that.
and of course they'll be turning and pulling that cotton right on up in there.
Right, the big.
Whether it be one of the conventional shaped ones, or whether it be 4 of the round ones.
Can I hold a little of this?
Yes.
Thank you.
The truck is designed to hold one module or one load.
I did, thank you. All right, then we're going over there.
Sure. See, we spray these ditches for weeds, but you notice it didn't kill the cotton.
Right.
That's because it's resistant. See, that's how the farmers can go across their field and spray this Roundup. It'll kill the weeds, but it will not kill the cotton. Everything out here is very specialized. There's
Yes.
there's no playing around or messing up. There's not too many second chances. And Bubba works our yard, and he's fixing to pick up a module.
So this is Bubba?
Uh-huh.
Can you see in here where it's going to go?
How about that?
It doesn't pull it under, Jackson.
Look how close it is. I mean, no room to mess up too much.
And he doesn't even know back up here with it.
Yes, he does.
Oh, he does?
Well, he's got one that's in the bed
Uh-huh.
where he can see it coming in. But he does it all day, so he's got it down.
Let's get a picture of Bubba. Gotta go around and get a picture of Bubba.
clean. Well, the finished product is lint. It's valued in pounds of lint.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Matthews, Children's Librarian at the Winsburg County Library, and we would like to thank Mr. and Ms. Gill and Mr. Bill Trado for letting us come out to Humphrey Coker Gin and seeing the process of the cotton and how the seeds come out, and it was very interesting, and we thank you once again.